What is happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. My name is Devin from B.A.S.S Fishing, coming to you today on behalf of KastKing to talk about the new Speed Demon Pro frog rod. Now, this is something I've been using for the past few weeks, and I am utterly impressed with this. These rods are so light. This frog rod is only 5 ounces for this whole rod. Extremely light, very sensitive. Those nano resins in there make it just a very narrow tube. You know, a lot of the frog rods you're used to are the big, thick, heavy broomsticks. That's not what you get with this. So a big question that I've been asked is, well, with all these technique-specific rods, does that mean you're only using the frog rod for frogging? No, in fact, this actually would be my all-purpose rod of choice. Anytime I'm fishing around any cover, grass like we have out here today, this would be the standard kind of medium-heavy that a lot of people are used to. This rod is rated for lures up to 1 1/4 ounce. So a lot of the medium heavy rods out there are rated about to 1 ounce. So this is just a little bit heavier than what you might be used to. But I've been using it for chatterbaits in this grass. I've been using it for spinnerbaits over there where it was clear. Of course, frogs I've been using it for. It's a killer medium heavy. This is only 7'2", so it's not too long, it's not too short. You can still get good casts, but I'm still very accurate with it. Now, the reel you want to put on it, that may differ depending on what you're going to use it for. I've got the Speed Demon on here, a 9-3-1 reel from KastKing. Of course, I'm using that when I'm frogging because not to actually work the frog fast. I'm working the frog with the rod, but as soon as I hook them in all this grass and muck, I want to get them out of there as quick as possible. So that's why I go with the Speed Demon. Now, if you're fishing chatterbaits, spinnerbaits, swim jigs, even like a Texas rig, this would be a perfect Texas rig rod. I probably would drop down to something like the Stealth, a 7-0-1 retrieve. But it's killer for all those applications. My buddy was actually using it for a jig the other day. He's like, holy smokes, this thing is light. There's really an array of things you can use it for. Don't let just the frog title fool you. Now, of course, for line, when I'm frogging, I am throwing 50-pound Cast Pro braid. You could bump up to 65 if you like a little heavier. I like to get just a little better casting distance. Now, if you're throwing this for your chatterbaits, spinnerbaits, moving things, I usually drop down to a 17-pound fluorocarbon or copolymer when I throw moving bait. If I were throwing Texas rigs, jigs, anything like that on it, I would probably jump up to a 20-pound fluorocarbon or fluorocoat, a copolymer type line when I'm throwing heavier things like that. I'm loving the wind grips. It's 100 degrees out today, and as soon as you start getting sweaty, these actually get tacky. You know, instead of slipping, like cork to me is kind of slippery, but these, they get tacky and sticky. I love the grips. Now, because it's my frog rod, I often get asked, Debo, what kind of knot do you use? Well, I use the double shindo. Starts out just like the Palomar knot, except instead of doing, you know, the normal knot and passing it through, all you do is tie it around 6-7 times, just like you would the old school improved clinch knot, you know? Go through, and instead of going through twice, you just go through the bottom. It's doubled over like the Palomar, but it's just twisted around, easy to tie, just like the old school clinch knot. You've got 3 tag ends, cut those off. Now, if you want more information on this knot specifically, check out the video up at the top. We'll have that linked for you so you can see an in-depth overview. But that does it for today. The Speed Demon Pro frog rod, 7'2", rated for lures up to 1 1/4 ounce. I love it for all my moving baits, chatterbait, spinnerbait. Been throwing Texas rigs on it and jigs. In my opinion, this is the do-it-all medium heavy rod that everybody wants. Now, if you're also looking for a different technique-specific rod, check out the details below. There will be links to all of the technique-specific rods that include information on how to rig them, reel recommendation, line recommendation, and also lure recommendation. Just because it says a technique-specific doesn't mean you can't use it for other things. And of course, if you have any other questions, please leave those in the comment section below. Now, if you're not already subscribed to the KastKing channel, please consider doing so for more informative videos just like this one. And until next time.